Hello, good morning. It's been a while, a really long while. Um, I'm drinking my coffee and I'm just thinking, actually, I've been thinking about this for the past couple of days. Um, I would, I'm guessing this was about 2016, 2017, around that time. And I had so I woke up, but I had this vision, but it wasn't really a vision. It was more just seeing it in my head of how I saw it. And I mean, you can close your eyes and see how you see it, but it was like God was showing me he was we were there in the courthouse and our hands had handcuffs, and we knew that we were sentenced to death. We just knew it, and we were ready for it, and we were so distraught about it and discouraged, and we we knew defeat, and we just knew the pain and the suffering of what was about to take place and occur. And all of a sudden, this man walks into this courtroom, and it was God, and he was so majestic and so bright and beautiful and courageous, but kind and simple and sweet and humbled, yet powerful. And as he was walking down this aisle, or the courtroom aisle, he made it to the front and he said, "I want to take their sentence. I want to take it all into my hands." And he then was handcuffed as we were being uncuffed, watching this man, this man that didn't need to do that, didn't even have to do that, take our sentence away from us just like that. As I was crying on my knees, staring at this man, he looked at me with such great love and such great peace as he walked to the back for his sentence, for the sentence, for the sentence from us. He took it, all of it. And that was around the time where, I was really, not that I didn't know grace, but that I think he was showing me a deeper understanding of his love and grace to the cross. And sometimes in life we forget that our sentence has been thrown into the seas of death. And death, where is thy sting now? Jesus took it all and then defeated Satan by coming back and resurrecting. He is the only one true God that could ever do something like that. No one else in this world could have ever done that. No fake gods that you read in the Old Testament that there's no statues, no other person, no other being. The only being is Jesus Christ, God Almighty, King of Kings and Lord of Lords. And He loves you where you're at right now. He always will. You know, when you do people wrong, even as a Christian, when you do people wrong, He still loves you. Can there be consequences? Yes. But God has never stopped loving you, and He's never stopped loving the people that has hurt you, and He's never stopped loving you. And that is just that's who He is. That's just who He is. And He took everyone's sin to the cross. Freely. Grace was given to you. Freely He took it. Freely love was given to you, you know? So I don't know, I just want to share that. Maybe it might encourage you today. I don't know, maybe there's something you're walking through that you just don't understand, or maybe you're just so aggravated or fed up, or whatever the case is, you know? Yeah, you can be the most veteran Christian in the world. You could be saved for 50 years and still feel certain ways. Still be stagnant, still be stuck. Maybe you're, you know, I don't know what it is, you know. We all need each other. It's the fellowship. That's why God said that the fellowship really is important, because we're no longer of this world. So if we're no longer of this world, who do we have? We have each other as Christians, because we know walking through this world is not our world. It's going to cause pain and suffering on us. The world loves itself. The world is selfish. The world is a lie. The world is, has, you know, it's jealous, it's prideful, it's all of the flesh. You know, it's not, God knew walking in this world is going to be pain and suffering. And sure, we're going to have good days. Sure, we're going to have times in this world where there's going to be accomplishments and beauty. And you surely can walk through this world and see God's beauty in the oceans and the sky and the birds and the creatures and the stars and the mountains and the greens and the fields, the farms, all of what He made, you know. But anyway, I just wanted to share that this morning. I don't know what I'm going through. It's like I'm getting over this. I don't know what it is. It's like a bacterial infection or something. It's like in my throat. However, yeah, God uncuffed us when He went to the cross, cuffed Himself, and then said, Lord, it is finished. It is finished. Came back, resurrected, and gave us the Spirit. No other God could do that. None. He is our best friend. He's our best friend. When you get to a point where, you know, like when you were raised, some people were raised really dysfunctional. And when you were raised really, 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 really dysfunctional, God sometimes becomes a lot realer to you because of all of the pain and suffering you endured. God can become real. God is real anyway. real and true to anyone who's never walked through a lot of dysfunction. But what I'm saying is that the children that have gone through the pain and the suffering and the hurt and the trial, especially when they've not grown up as Christians, you feel like you missed out. At least that's what I felt like when I got saved in my middle. I was in the middle of my 20s, and I knew that I was saved. If you don't know, I was saved differently in my living room. And I just rolling out of the bed, and I knew what just had happened to me. I knew it was then and there that I knew, and I believed. But man, I just cried because I it was then that I thought, all those years that I lost with not being a Christian. But you know what? And because I had told my children, the older they get, I tell them who I used to be. I'm very real with my children. And some of them, they're like, Mom, you did that? And I'm like, they can't see it because I'm not like that. I'm not there anymore. And or like they'll say, Mom, you used to have your belly, because they were saying, we were talking the other day, and they were like, yeah, like with these girls that they had their belly pierced and their shirts are short, my age, and my oldest is not my oldest, my second to oldest is 14 right now. And I said, well, I used to have my belly pierced. And she looked at me with the biggest eyes. And she's like, man, that was a story to tell her. But and then I said, well, Nana took me, my mom. And then her eyes got even bigger. I just can't imagine taking my child to go get her belly pierced. I can't look at my child and do something like that. Or hand my child a pack of cigarettes. At her age, that's how I was raised. We just smoked. It was just normal. Smoked marijuana and smoked. Growing up, my mama was a true hippie. She went to Woodstock in '69. My mother really was such a free-spirited woman. We smoked at the age of 13 cigarettes and marijuana, and it was very normal in her house, Otherwise, in another house, it would be absolutely forbidden, and it was illegal, So my upbringing is totally different than what my children or what my children are being brought up in. But anyway, it's just crazy, because no matter what you walk through in this life, that sentence has been taken from you. And He loves you so very much. And He cares for you.